Hey gang, welcome to Mark Sweeney's Wisdom Wednesday. This is Austin Dental Spa. I'm Mark Sweeney, the founder, and if you've tuned in before, you already know what I'm getting ready to say in the next minute. If you're a first timer, every Wednesday for over 5 years now, we've done this little bit we call Wisdom Wednesday on Facebook Live, and I try to bring some of the most recent scientific research, not always just about dental. Sometimes it's about just general medical stuff, and sometimes it's specifically dental, but it's always aimed at helping you lead a healthier lifestyle and add value to your life. And then we always end with a health tip of something quick, easy, that you can put to use immediately in your life and make your life better. And every month we have a new theme. The theme for the month of January in 2024, because it was 2024, that made it a no-brainer. We are going to soar in 2024. Now, not the soar like, oh, my arm hurts, the soar like S-O-A-R, soar like an eagle. And so we've spent the whole month going through things and using topics that will help you soar in 24. And today's no different. This comes to you from Harvard research, actually, Harvard Medical School. And we're going to talk about longevity, 7 tips to add length to your life and add life to your years. And before we do that, though, if you have never watched Wisdom Wednesday before and you're still speaking to me at the end of this and you're interested in learning about some of the things that we have spoken about in the past, we've got it all archived now on our YouTube channel and on Facebook Live. Just go to Austin Dental Spa and you can see what we've talked about. We've had some pretty interesting topics over the years. So let's get on with today's topic, which is 7 tips for adding longevity to your life. So here's number 1, move more. Now, this is from Harvard Medical School research. Move more. You've heard this before, most of you. 20 minutes of aerobic movement a day is really the base minimum. That's all you need. If you just walked 20 minutes a day for 5 out of the 7 days of the week, you're getting more exercise than most Americans get, which is a sad thing to think about. If you're doing more than that, hey, great, keep doing it. Work out with a personal trainer. The physical activity, it gets your heart rate going. It adds tone to your muscles. And I've got plenty of patients that are in their 80s and 90s that get out and walk around the block or go to the hike and bike trail and walk. I live downtown. I see the walkers and the joggers all the time. And there are a lot of walkers that are just out there enjoying getting the fresh air. Today might not be such a good idea with the rain going and it's still in the 40s and 50s, but we're gradually getting warmer and turning back to Texas. So move more. That's number 1. Number 2, you're not going to like number 2. Eat more fruits and vegetables. Sounds like your mother, huh? Eat more fruits and vegetables. The experts on longevity don't specify which vegetables you should eat. I know there are a lot of fad diets out there that specifically say, eat more avocado, it's got healthy fat in it, or eat more oranges or apples. We grew up with the old saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. There is something to that. The fibers and the nutrients in fruits and vegetables are much better for you than, certainly better for you than in processed foods. The Mediterranean diet is a big one. Most of the experts that we looked at for the research on this article did not specify any specific diet, because most of those diets, the Atkins diet, the Pritikin diet, the keto diet, people don't tend to stay on them long because of the carnivore diet. We did a segment on that last summer because I had several people go on the carnivore diet where all they ate was meat. And they thought, man, this is great. I'm eating a steak every night and I'm eating bacon every morning. But you couldn't have any starches, you couldn't have any sugar, definitely no sugar, no processed foods. So it was strict diet, and they lost weight. Most of them had diarrhea for a couple of days at the beginning, like after the first week, because your body wasn't used to this. The best diet that's easiest to stick on that I've seen is the Mediterranean diet, which is a lot of fruits and vegetables and a lot of fish. So you're getting proteins and you're cutting down on the processed foods and the sugars. So look into the Mediterranean diet. It's very easy to even buy those things on Favor and the other or Factor, the meal plans that you can buy online, and they get delivered to your house every Sunday, I think. And it's just as simple as you pull the food out, put it in the microwave, and you've got a meal prepared for you. So that's, go about it however is comfortable for you, but do something that you're going to stick with. Cut the sugars out, cut the processed foods out as much as possible, cut the starches out, and you're going to live a healthier life. Number 3, I sound like your mother again. Get enough sleep. They say 8 hours a day. They also have done research to say anybody that gets less than 5 hours of sleep a night is more likely to die earlier than people that routinely get more than 5 hours. Who studies this stuff? I'm not really sure, but these are researchers and that's what they do for a living. And so get enough sleep. There's lots of studies that show that it reduces your blood pressure. It's just better for your body repairs while you're asleep. So if you sleep more, it just stands to reason that your body is going to be better. If you feel tired all day long, try just adding go to bed an hour earlier and for a couple of days and just see how that works out. Number 4, don't smoke. We've all heard that. There's still smokers out there. I even see it dental meetings. There's a little group, it's smaller every year, but there's a group of guys that are out there at the 10 o'clock break smoking cigarettes outside. And I see it in the buildings here. We've got 4 commercial high-rise buildings here, and there's a little group right outside the dumpster over on the other side of the parking lot that gets together every morning about 10 o'clock unless it's raining. I don't know what they do if it's raining, but that they're out there. There's 4 or 5 of them that are smoking every morning about 10 o'clock. But the statistics on that as well as I do. It's just, there's not one healthy thing that can be associated with it. Number 5, manage your chronic conditions. If you've got hypertension, make sure your doctor is monitoring it. There are so many different ways to treat that nowadays. The statistics are 40% of adult Americans have high cholesterol. That goes hand in hand with the hypertension, which is high blood pressure. Neither one of those are good. They're both very, very manageable. You have to have an MD involved to help you with that. More than 1/3 of adult Americans are pre-diabetic. That means they're just on the verge of becoming adult onset diabetic, which means it will affect your health long term. It affects your healing. Doing the first 4 things we talked about, moving more, getting more sleep, can push you back more towards the healthy side. But anyway, use your primary care physician to help you manage those things that you might have gotten the DNA ugly stick with. I certainly did with hypertension. My dad had a heart attack when he was 62 years old. He lived through it and lived another 25 years, but he had to make some major changes in his diet and his exercise routine, and he cleared a lot of that up. Number 6, this is a good one and one that I preach. Prioritize your relationships. Humans are meant to be social animals, and so if you're more of an introvert and you tend to like to stay at home, make it a point to have a group of friends that you stay in contact with, because there is scientific research that shows that, and The Harvard people found that strong relationships are the biggest predictor, more than not smoking, more than anything else. Strong relationships with a few people. You don't have to have 100 friends. 2 or 3 good ones that you keep in touch with is a strong predictor of well-being. And number 7 kind of goes on the heels of that. Cultivate a positive mindset. If you have to force yourself, you can do it. It's all up here to how you're going to look at the world, whether you're going to look glass half full or half empty. We've all heard that one for a long time. But people that tend to have a positive outlook on life tend to live anywhere from 5 to 15% longer. And this is due to the Harvard research. They said optimists tend to have healthier habits and lower rates of some chronic diseases, but even when accounting for these factors, research shows that people who think positively still live longer. So that segues into my health tip for the week, which is if you have been clustered inside, the last 2 weeks have been miserable here in Austin. It was below freezing for several days last week, and then it's warmed up a little bit, but it started raining, and football games have been going on. There's been all kinds of activities that can keep you at home in front of the TV. But if you've been kind of introverted and closed in, pick up the phone tonight and call one of your friends. Better FaceTime them so that you can see their face and have a conversation, reestablish those social connections. It'll make you have a healthier life, and you might actually live longer. So keep those things in mind. Try to put them to use. Get out there and get social, and I will see you next week for our last January episode of Wisdom Wednesday.